I've been using that on Twitter. Like coaches think that's my real name because that's just my nickname.
Or what?
Like my name on Twitter is literally Dooley Williams.
What's your real name?
Alton Williams.
I thought your name was Dooley.
That's cool.
Why
why would I use a name that nobody know me at?
Go ahead, brother.
Like my name on Twitter is Dooley Williams.
I guess you do.
Until let me see your transcript. That's the only time. All right, that's his real name.
Right.
Same with JoJo.
So wait. So Alton's your real name?
Yes.
I got you. So how you come up with Dooley?
You said I come with
Dooley?
Yeah. Well,
birth.
His mama be calling him that.
My grandma.
Calling him.
I was just born with that. I knew the name Dooley before I knew Alton, if you ask me. So.
For sure.
On the state, know if my pops will hear say well done like I like my steak. So guarantee I'm putting in all this work in the all season. All season. So I can dominate all season. Putting in work in the all season. All season. So I can dominate all season. Putting in work in the all season. All season. So I can dominate all season.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the All Season Podcast, man. It's been a minute, man. It's been probably about a month since we shot again. We pushing 20 episodes a year in, like that's crazy. But yeah, we here at Great Lakes Sports Hub, and we're here with two athletes. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
My name Braden Hall. I go to Coastal Carolina. I'm from Chicago. I play DB, and I graduate in 2026. I got 3 years of eligibility left.
My name is Dooley Williams. I go to Minnesota West Community College. I play cornerback. I'm a sophomore.
For sure. So yeah, man, we was talking a little bit off cam, just about y'all start. Like y'all close friends. Y'all been friends for a long time, and it started with the Dalton Bears. So I want to talk a little bit about that and get into what it was like, playing. Like how did this relationship start? Like this friendship start as far as on the field? Did it start as like y'all competing against each other, or y'all was like how that start? Because usually friends like it start off as like we competing or we don't like each other, and then we get cool. Like that's usually how it starts.
I say, boom, it starts. So my dad, he been coaching me since I was 5. And Dooley, we would give him a ride to practice every day. So, like, he would just be in the car, and we just became locked in off that. And, like, we just been friends since.
And that was on, like, the youngest level, too.
Like 5 years old.
Oh, 5? Yeah.
In Dalton?
Yeah.
So is that like what they call them, Mighty Mites around? Do they still call them Mighty Mites?
Pee-wees.
Yeah. Yeah, because I played for the Dalton Bears, too.
Yes,
I
sir.
think we talking about Cam.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like playing since 5. Like, so what was the like? Let's talk about playing. Like, did y'all have any memorable moments? As far as playing together. Like, so whether it be funny, like championships, whatever. Like stuff that y'all think back on. Like, hey, y'all, you remember when this happened? When that happened?
It was more so like practice memories.
Oh, practice. Like, what's some practice memories?
Like we was always the two. Well, really, it's a third one too with us. His name DJ, but. Really, us three, we had to run laps like every day because we was always caught talking like out the whole crowd.
Or playing or something.
Right.
Playing, doing something random. Like,
And my pops would be like, get a lap. And we just get a lap. We just still
man,
be
let
talking.
us be kids.
Right.
Yeah.
How was it playing for your dad? Like being coached by your dad? Like was it fun or was it kind of like stressful? Like,
I mean, it was fun, but it was also stressful because, like, he my dad. Like, he want me to be perfect. And he hold me to a higher standard than everybody else. So, like, yeah, it was stressful, of course. I was playing quarterback. All the weight was on me, but, like, it worked out in the end. You feel me? It made me the person I am today.
Okay. When did you make that switch, though? Like, because you play corner now. So, why you stopped playing quarterback?
So, boom, I played quarterback until I was, like, 7, until I got to high school. When I got to St. Rita, it was different because, you feel me, politics or whatever. But I wasn't as big as everybody else. So when I realized I wasn't going to get the starting spot my freshman year at St. Rita, I ended up going to corner on the freshman team. And, you fast, you can play corner. So I just took it and ran with it.
For sure. What about you, Dooley?
My first years around Dalton Bears, I played a lot of linebacker, DN, safety positions like that. So as I got older, they weren't really throwing the ball when y'all was like real little. But as we got older, they just switched me to corner. And I just been playing that ever since.
Okay. Y'all talked about like y'all won a championship. Like was that in y'all last year? So what was y'all 8th graders, 7th graders?
We've been winning championships.
Y'all kept winning
Yeah,
though.
we
how many championships
Since y'all was
winning?
young? Y'all was
I
winning
think I
championships?
only lost one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we
lost
won,
one.
but most of them. Like we
won.
had Justin Marshall. He had Colorado State.
Oh, J Marsh played for Dalton?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy,
Bro, we had
bro.
them,
We
bro,
had-
Yeah,
I'm telling
he
you,
from
bro.
out this way. He went to Maryville.
All I
what
had to
I'm
do
saying,
was
bro.
give him the ball, and it was
Bro,
wrapped.
Dalton,
Yeah.
Dalton, like, I ain't gonna lie, Dalton was the real deal growing up. Bro.
Yeah.
Like every black football player that you knew, majority of them, 99.9% of the time, they came through Dalton, bro.
Hey, that's
like I'm not
crazy.
even, they either came through Dalton or the Harvey Coast, bro. But most of the times it was Dalton because we had just a crazy amount of teams, bro. Like growing up,
Yeah.
Because I played with Dalton too, and bro, I'm telling you, like I seen some of the best football players that I ever seen play in person came from Dalton Bears, bro. Like in person, like with my own eyes, bro. So I ain't even surprised when y'all was talking about y'all was always winning. I'm not even surprised to hear that, bro, because that's what we was accustomed to doing when I was playing there. So I wouldn't think shit would change, you know,
Right.
when the generation after us come. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like it literally, like almost every person we done sat down with has played for the Dalton Bears at one point. So yeah, they. So if you could talk about it a little bit, like what do you think the reason is for the decline? Like you don't really hear about Dalton Bears too much, or are guys like even really playing youth like that now? Like
I think
'cause you don't
they could
really
probably
hear
speak
about
more
for
to
real.
it. I think they could probably speak more to it because I know when I ain't really see a decline coming when I was playing, but they came after me, so they could probably shed a little bit more light on that.
All right, so boom, we was about, I say like 11, not even 9, 10, 11. It was starting to get violent around the area, and one day we was practicing, and it was a drive-by shooting, and it was like 9 youth teams practicing, cheerleaders, everything. So that took a lot of kids away from the program. After that, I remember like our quarterback ended up leaving because of that.
Yeah.
So that took a lot away, and then Jerry Jones had left, and you know once a good leader is not in charge,
Exactly,
everything
bro.
go downhill. So
Jerry was the truth too, bro. Like Jerry, like from personal experience, bro. I watched Jerry get a lot of kids that like hard headed kids get out of a bunch of situations, bro. Like my brother included, bro. Like Jerry was like, not only was he a good leader for the organization, but he was for the whole program and all. But he was also like he knew the kids that he had to pay attention to. He knew the kids that he had to really like get them on the right path because they was like, at the end of the day, like we all good kids, we just get steered in the right wrong direction sometimes. But the one thing that's undeniable is the talent behind it, especially when they playing a sport. And Jerry was known to like just make sure everybody was like staying put, everybody like the kids that, especially the ones that could actually be something, he was make sure he was paying close attention to them. And he has his own kids, you know what I mean? So man, when I think he left the program a little bit after or at least he was not the head of the program a little bit after I left, and then I think he eventually exited from the program. But like you said, when a good leader leaves the program, I mean it kind of starts from the top down, right? So it's like a lot of that plays into it. And then I don't even think it was as bad, when I was playing compared to when y'all was playing. But when the violence get involved in the community too, bro, it's like what can't you do? Like a drive-by shooting, that's not something that's supposed to be happening at a kid's practice, bro. They there to play, cheer, or they there to play football, and then anything could have happened with a drive-by shooting. You know what I mean? They just there trying to play their sport, and they getting caught by the nonsense in the community. So I think that's ultimately probably, and it just probably got worse and worse probably as the years go by, and then eventually it started being less teams, and the program just started declining from there.
I also feel like why I play for Dalton when you could play for a team with like more money, more resources, like South Highland Jets, like what else? What other school? What other teams?
The neighboring community.
Yeah, neighboring communities for sure. Like,
Yeah, for sure. No, so just going like, so we talked about you all playing for the Dalton Bears, not going up into 8th grade. I know that you all have a lot of guys. So like you mentioned, J Mars, you, Dooley. Like, was it ever a conversation of like, man, let's try to play on the same team? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, let's try to go to the same high school.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we had those conversations, but a lot of us was getting recruited by like different Catholic schools at that time. Like one kid might be talking to Brother Rice, one kid might be talking to St. Rita. Like they used to literally come to the games and like recruit.
I remember Quentin, they wanted us to go to Thornwood. Thorn Ridge, right? Yeah. They wanted us to go there because it was in the area, but everybody had something in mind, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could imagine like, because man, Thornridge probably would have been one of those top schools if you got Dalton Bears, all these players playing, and they all just go to Thornridge, and that's ideally how you would want it to work, like having a feeder program. Like if you got HF and you got the HF Junior Vikings, like you would want everybody playing there to go play up, or even like out here where you got Crown Point, and I watched they make posts and they had like the 7th and 8th grade team, so all them guys since 6th grade playing together, and then by senior year, like that's why you competing for state championships. Like you're not just gonna randomly go. You need to have guys playing together and getting chemistry over 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like Thornridge really would have been one of the top schools in the state if it had happened that way. But like you said, most parents don't want their kids going to a school in that type of environment. You know what I mean? So is the risk worth the reward? Like, yeah, y'all gonna be good at football, but y'all gotta be exposed to these things in this community, which could be to y'all downfall or detriment, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. But so where did y'all end up in high school? Like, where did you end up going, and where did you end up going?
So I was supposed to go to Thornwood right out of Dalton Bears, but my crib ended up getting shot up in Markham, so my mom moved to the Hammond area, and that's where Gavitt High School was. So I spent my first 2 or 3 years at Gavitt High School. Then COVID happened. Then I'm going to Morton because they shut Gavitt down my senior year. So I graduated from Morton.
Okay, so you was at Gavitt and Hammond,
yeah,
and so that's when they did that merger. So all of y'all went to the same school. So what was that like going into that? Because you played on your own team, so all your teammates y'all all went over to Morton, or did it? Or it didn't really happen that way?
Nah, they built a new school. They built Hammond Central.
Okay,
so I say majority of the kids from the Gavitt school they went to Hammond Central, and a few of us, like me and all my homies specifically, we ended up going to Morton, but a lot of the kids went to Hammond Central actually.
Could you pick?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was it?
You was able to pick, but really, they made open enrollment around that time. Really, you had to live in between like a certain border.
Okay, even though they was all in Hammond, you had to see still was a border.
Like if you was closer to Hessville, which is where my mom lived, you would be going to Morton.
Okay,
but if you was closer to like, I guess Central Hammond, Northern Hammond, you would be definitely going to Hammond Central.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what was that transition like at Gavitt? Because we might have played because I was coaching that. Did we play? You was on the team?
Yeah, I was on that team.
Okay.
I was a sophomore around that time.
Yeah, that was my first year coaching at South, and we played Gavitt. But going from Gavitt to Morton, what was that transition like? Like going into Morton, was it like a more accepting thing, or they like, oh man, y'all coming over here and y'all messing stuff up, or was it like a smooth transition with the guys?
All right, between the players, it was definitely like a Gavitt people weak, but a lot of the key players from Gavitt made stuff shake at Morton. So yeah, in terms of coaching, I don't think they saw it that way. Like, oh, he from Gavitt, because a lot of the Gavitt kids we started as soon as we went to Morton.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, what about you? Like, I know, I've been knowing you, you know what I'm saying? Just from being in the community, we all went to South. Trey went to South. You didn't go to South, but you lived in Lansing. Mm-hmm. So, all of the play athletes talking about you and stuff like that. So how'd you end up at St. Rita?
So in Dalton, like I said, I played quarterback, and it was they had like I can't even speak on it probably.
Go ahead,
But one of the guys from St. Rita had came to my game, and they were telling me that they wanted me to come there. And my brother went there, and then another dude from Dalton, his name Kempton Shine, he played corner at Virginia. He had went there. So, and then Dalen Wilson.
St. Rita was known for getting a lot of Dalton players, bro. St. Rita and Mount Carmel, because I know some kids that I played with, like Ryan Willette, and I think like Tyree, I can't remember his last name, but they went to St. Rita as well.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll kind of like, I want to segue into that because we talked a little bit about this, like with TF South. Like obviously, like that's the conversation that I always have with people. Is like, man, it's all these great athletes in Lansing and Linwood, but they never really end up at South. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if St. Rita could come from all the way where they're from and go to your Dalton game, then why can't the South coaches go to Lansing, Linwood, all of it? Make sure we all stay here, because what sense would it make to have all these athletes in your area and they not staying home? Right. Like we should be able, and South specifically has the resources. Like they got new turf, they got a weight room bigger than college weight rooms. I'm sure South weight room is bigger than the weight room you had at Notre Dame College. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. So it's just like you have all the resources to keep everybody home, but you're not, and it just take that type of effort. So instead of you going 5-10 minutes to South, you driving 30 minutes every morning to go to St. Rita.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, what went into that decision going to St. Rita? Was it the the history that St. Rita has? Was it the academics? case? Was it like, what was it about St. Rita that you and your parents were like, all right, I'm gonna go here?
Yeah, first it was my parents' choice. I wanted to go public school. I wanted to go to Richards, but they wanted me to get a good education. They wanted me to stay out the way, out of trouble. And with St. Rita, it's an all boys school, unfortunately. But you getting the good benefits. You getting a good education. You staying out of trouble. You good football. A lot of scouts come to the games. A lot of scouts is notarized. It's like you know you well known, and you playing against the best competition. So like, if you good, you gonna make it out. So that was just one of the things that.
And do you think a lot of that did help? Like ultimately, you said your parents made the choice for you, but do you think that some of the things are the reason why they made that choice for you panned out for you that way?
For sure, they always wanted me to, you feel me, be the best person that I am. Like, so St. Rita was very beneficial in a way.
Okay. And that was a part of you like mad about it at first? Like, man, I want to do what I want to do.
I hated that school.
You hated,
outside of football, I hated that school. Like, you could ask my friends, like, I would come to school like mad every day because first off, I gotta drive a little minute. You feel me? And then you around all boys all day. They goofy, but they be in the thinking everything funny.
The thing when they was out. That wasn't the thing.
No, it wasn't the thing when we.
And I'm a black kid. You feel me? Like it's mainly white. Like it was like 4 or 5 black kids on my team. My senior year, probably a little more, but like I really didn't fit in. Like
right.
Like after the games, they would go stuff like that ain't me. Like
right.
But
well, so what was that like? Because I know both of y'all came from a predominantly black program with the Dalton Bears. So majority of y'all teammates was black, if not all of them was black.
Yeah.
And you know, you mentioned that you going into a different environment with pretty much St. Rita's probably a predominantly white school.
Definitely.
What was that like? Like, being on the team and being one of the few black people on the team. Like,
it was definitely different. Like I said, I feel like I didn't fit in, but like they would respect me and they would like me because I was good at football and everything. But like, I don't know, it was just different for sure. Like.
And was that a little bit of the reason why you wanted to go to Richards? Because I think Richards probably had a little bit of more black people on the a lot more black people on the team actually.
And when I was in high school, my pops he went to Richards, so I would go to the high school games. I would see them play against like Cremoni, and like it'd be rocking like the whole stadium. But like that's what I wanted. But they didn't want that for me. They wanted me to go to St. Rita. But yeah, I wanted to be in an environment where I was most comfortable. But St. Rita was beneficial because it made me uncomfortable, which turned into something.
Yeah,
good.
And that's life. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna be comfortable your whole life. You're gonna be in a lot of uncomfortable situations. So for me, like, yeah, you want to go somewhere where you're comfortable, you're around people you know that you can vibe with, but at the same time, like going to St. Rita probably more so prepared you for life. And then look at your path up until this point, like all the ups and downs you done been through, like that's uncomfortable. Right. So you probably was able to deal with that a little bit better because you had that experience early on. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
But
I want to bring it back to Dooley because Dooley, you mentioned that transitioning from Dalton Bears, you wanted to go to Thornwood, or you had planned to go to Thornwood. Was that correct?
I didn't really want to, but that was like the school and district right there.
And then you mentioned that a shooting happened like around your house, that your mom moved out of the community.
It wasn't really my mom. I was actually living with my uncle at the time and my dad.
Okay.
But, yeah, they shot the crib up. So you ain't going to school out there. Woo-woo. But Markham kids, you able to go to school in Thornwood if you live in the district. So
exactly. So and then you mentioned like when you finally got to high school, COVID happened, and then eventually Gavitt ended up closing, and you had to transition. What made you stay focused with many different pivots it seemed like you had to make with a school you thought you was going to go to? You ended up going to a different school because you ended up moving, and then that school that you initially went to closed, and then you had to go to another school your senior year. What allowed you to like stay focused to even stick with the sport itself?
Man, I was just being a hype to play football around that time. Honestly, like I wasn't really even
That's
worried
what it take,
about
though. Right? Like that ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, COVID wasn't really stopping me like that. Like I was during COVID, I was still outside every day, like texting the guys, let's go to the field, let's play, 7-on-7s. So I was really like, I just stayed football related during the whole COVID. Like, and it felt like it was about a year and a half, but I was outside every day. And during COVID, they had canceled our football season at first. So I was actually shooting his videos. That's when I picked my camera up. I started shooting his videos at St. Rita because their season didn't get canceled. Ours did.
We had a shortened season. It was 6 games.
So y'all played in the spring instead of the fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you play with the camera too a little bit?
Yeah, that's when I first bought a camera. I'm like, dang, I'm finna film for him. But it's crazy because one of my first videos that I shot for him kind of blew up on Twitter. And it was like a kick return he had. Like
I remember that
80
kick return. I remember
90-yard
that.
kick
Yeah,
return.
yep,
He
I
the
remember
reason.
that.
He the reason I went D1. He was recording. If I ain't had nobody recording, it really wouldn't
Hey,
have
That's
been.
what's up.
Hey, that's
bro.
love,
That is
bro.
dope.
My angles,
That's
my angles
love.
was way better than like a huddle
Yeah.
camera. So
Yeah, I remember
it definitely
that,
gave you a
bro.
better perspective, like his kick
Hey.
return and stuff.
Hey, that's love, man. Like I'm glad like y'all talking about this as far as y'all friendship, you know what I mean, and just being there for each other. And like you said, you didn't have a season. You could have been mad. You could have
Yeah.
been hating. You're like, man, whatever. I'm just going.
finna
But
go
you like,
film for
nah, bro.
bro.
Like, yeah, let me go film him. And then
was
he
going
got
there.
on because of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the type of friendship you need, where like y'all helping each other and it's all love. Like I
Building
love to
each
hear
other
that,
up.
bro. For real,
I was
man.
doing everything to get him at my game. I was begging my dad to go get him. I was popping gates. Popping gates. He
I
was
ain't
sneaking
paid
on the
for not one-
field.
I didn't.
And you know,
Sideline.
Hey, that's real.
Never
bro.
paid
during the
for no St. Rita
pandemic,
ticket.
yeah, during the pandemic, you got like 3 tickets because it had to be spaced out in the
Right,
stands.
right.
So I'm like, bro, you was gonna have to hop this gate, sneak over. He did it every time. He stood on business. My dog.
Yeah,
That's what's
love,
up, bro.
bro.
And you truly believe that helped you get
For
a
sure.
D1? Yeah.
I had it was a Providence game. It was like 21 to 21, and I asked Coach JJ to let me return it because he'll let the older guys return it. But I'm like, let me return it. And he let me return it. Dooley would happen to be right behind me, cribbed it. It was like 99 yards.
I'm definitely putting that clip in. I'm gonna put the clip in on the real,
99
bro.
yards.
Yes,
And
bro. I remember seeing.
I'm assuming y'all won that game, right?
Yeah, we won.
Yeah,
Last minute.
That's dope, bro. Was
Bro.
that like a playoff game? Oh no, they ain't had playoffs that year.
Nah.
It was just that exhibition games
It
that
was
year.
very
yeah, it was
meaningful
like-
though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for sure.
definitely.
Yeah,
Against Providence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
bro.
A lot of the Providence kids, I think they program is like what, New Lenox or something like that.
Mokina,
Mokina,
Burroughs,
Mokina.
New Lenox, all of
Yeah,
that.
all of them from the area. Did y'all ever play any of them Dalton Bears?
Yeah, growing up.
Oh yeah, we
Growing
played
up.
them, but they was running from the league.
Yeah.
So
We was too good. Like I'm not even being cocky. Like they
I
was
know.
scared of us.
I know,
said,
bro.
I know.
I played
Like
with them.
what we used to do to them teams. Like
Yeah, they hated it, bro. And that's why I was even telling you, I'm like a lot of the black, like when we was talking about it off camera, a lot of the black players came through the Dalton Bear program. And we was playing like the legit team, the South suburban teams in the area, pretty much the rich teams, like, and when you think about it, it's like we're not supposed to be better than them, not on paper, right?
Right.
But when we come through, it's like, nah, we just as good as everybody else that's in this program. And I think when I was there, it was called the Southwest Midget League, and like you said, they ended up running to their own program or their own league. What would you call that? A youth league or
What?
like because different, like Pop Warner was a league.
Yeah,
Southwest.
the youth league.
Yeah, the youth
Different
league.
leagues, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't remember. It was some Midwest something.
Southwest Midget League.
Something like something
Yeah,
like
I think that's what, or at least for us when I was there, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
called.
but it was a rule to where like we couldn't throw the ball after we had a certain amount of points because like
Dang.
we used to
That's
really
big,
like
bro.
They was handicapping y'all.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we had Justin Marshall, so it didn't mean nothing.
So Justin Marshall was really like,
Yeah, he
The-
liked that. He
He
played.
was
Yeah, bro.
cold.
He played for Colorado
Bro,
State.
legs was
Running back, bro.
Yeah.
Like he nice.
Oh, right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
right
dang.
now, bro.
bro Cass was like this big in 8th grade.
So anytime he touched the ball, he was there.
TD.
Crib.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
I remember
bro.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, he was like that. He still is like that.
Yeah,
he was a
he's-
freshman going
Yeah,
crazy at
yeah,
Colorado
bro.
State.
He got an
Yeah.
opportunity. We got to. I hit him up. Yeah, we got to get him on the podcast. But I think he was playing behind somebody, and then the starter got hurt, and then he came in, boom, 100 yard, like just going. So
Toting.
now, yeah. So bro,
And that's
really
how
like
it should
that.
be though, bro.
like
Like,
that.
yeah. That's how it should be. Like, just if you killing as a kid, bro, like obviously it's gonna carry. If you keep the same work ethic and continue to grind and get better, obviously it's gonna carry into all the way through high school and all the way to college and hopefully to the league. It seemed like he probably gonna
Yeah, he
end up in
going
the
to
league,
the
right?
league, man.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. So like speaking of that, I want to talk about like y'all. What is y'all like development like? You know what I mean? Because a lot of younger athletes, you know, you had a conversation where it's like they'll go play 7-on-7, 1-on-1s, all that. Like, so what do y'all do to get better? You know what I'm saying? Like, say it's younger DBs out there. They want to get better. What do y'all? Yeah, from time you was playing Dalton Bears to now being a college athlete. Like, what has that process been like?
All right, so I would say I really ain't like lock in with DB until like high school. So high school, my freshman year, like I really wasn't that good at DB. You feel me? Because I was really small. But my sophomore year, I started playing boom. Boom helped me a lot because you're going against the best receivers in the state every Sunday at
Was
practice.
that 707?
Yeah,
7-7. Best receivers every practice. So you getting game like reps against 3 stars. You feel me? All type of, but yeah, that helped me develop. And then that weight room is so important. Like I don't think a lot of people understand. like as a defensive player, like you got to be able to really wrap somebody up, like
shed blockers, all that.
Can't get pushed off,
Yeah.
like all of that stuff. But yeah, that's what my development came from, and then just every day hitting the field with the guys, like stuff like that.
So really just getting out there and competing with the best, because you just mentioned that like a lot of the guys that you was going against in practice essentially made you better because they was a lot of the top guys in the state.
Yeah.
So really competing and then hitting that weight room for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. I say me going to Gavitt at first, it was no real competition, like no cockiness. Like I was just locking everybody up. So I didn't get that real development until later on. Like I ended up playing for Hero, and that's when I started getting exposed a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, people actually cold. Like I was going against JoJo Johnson, Lewis Bonds, like Malik Elsie. He was younger than me, but he was still, giving me the run for my money. But that's when I was basically like a late blossomer almost. Like I never went against no real cold receivers till like later in high school. So playing Hero definitely helped develop me.
Definitely.
Like 7-on-7 for sure.
I would say that if you play a skill position, you have to play 7-on-7 on the off season, because if you think about it in Florida, bro, they got all year round to just ball in the sun. But like
somebody was just saying that too, like the out south schools, who like at the Push Academy, they got
all year round. And they play spring ball. They have actual spring
Ohio
ball. Like they pad up and they scrimmaging in the spring. Like, but us, you can't do that in Illinois, Indiana. Like you can't. We got spring ball technically where y'all like go through like y'all sets and y'all go through all that. But you can't put pads on and be hitting it. Like you can't do this restriction. So which I don't think it should be that way. Like my idea is like, man, it's all these indoor facilities around. Like yeah, it's cold, the weather be messed up, but maybe we could contract some of these facilities and we can get in there and pad up and so we have development all year round, because that's the only way we're gonna be able to compete. Is no way to compete with states that train year round, play year round, and we play for 6 months and think we gonna, because we behind every year. We behind. So I think it's a way that we could have spring ball in Indiana and Illinois some type of way. So that's something I'm gonna look into for the future. But we definitely got to have some changes if we really want to compete at the highest level.
Yeah, and to be honest, I've been to 3 different universities. I've been to Western Illinois, Notre Dame, and I'm at Coastal Carolina now. And from the outside looking in, they don't respect Illinois football. Like they be like, they play football in Illinois. But like I thought y'all be hooping. But like,
but if it was Texas or Florida, oh yeah, come on through.
Yeah, like they don't respect it. They hear about boom and that's it. But like they don't respect it. They think like it's just mediocre. But I feel like if we start changing the rules, we could play spring ball, indoor ball, or whatever. Like it'll turn us up more.
Yeah, because I mean, we really need. It's more. It needs to be more. I wouldn't say a balance, but it's like the good teams are the good teams, and I feel like it's hard because what I'm finding out now is getting older and being a coach is not a lot of great quality coaches. And that's something as a kid, I didn't understand that. I thought that every coach in every program wanted to be the best and wanted to develop and cared about the kids, but that's not the case. You really have a select few that really cares, really gonna go all out for the program and building and doing everything you gotta do. Like being a great coach ain't just X's and O's. Like you have to adapt with the time. So if right now 7-on-7, social media marketing, certain training, if this is what's getting athletes to the next level, you have to adopt that. You can't still be doing things you did in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s and expect it to work. And that's what I see a lot of programs doing, is just you stagnant, you in the past, you not up to the time. So somebody like you, why, like I'm gonna keep bringing up South because that's, we all know, it ain't no reason why you shouldn't have been at South. It ain't no reason why coaches shouldn't have been talking to your parents. It ain't no reason why they shouldn't have been coming to your games. If I know one of the top younger guys is in my area, and like you should know this stuff, just like how I know where all of y'all play. I know what's going on. I'm connected. So when we go and coach, it ain't no reason why I'm not talking to all of my players that's in my area to get them to my school. Like,
was South even on your radar? Because I know you mentioned Richards and you mentioned like St. Rita, but South wasn't?
Nah, like my brother, I have two older brothers and an older sister. They went to South. My sister cheerleader for South. We would go to the games, and I just feel like they wouldn't take it serious. Like,
and that's like the
and
mentality of everybody.
Kid.
But it's even the parents. Like certain athletes we train, they parents will say, man, it ain't no way they going to South. Like, it ain't even a thought. So, and it's disappointing because we went there, we played there. Obviously, we want the program to be good. But if you're not willing to do what it takes to get the kids to buy in, to get the families to buy in, then they're going to go somewhere else. Because the climate that we're in, we got to go where we going to develop and we going to win and we going to be seen. Like, that's what it's about. Like, if you still stuck on, oh, it's culture, stay home just because, who doing that? What sense do that make? If I'm a parent and I want my kids to have the best future possible, I'm sending him in the best possible place that I can. I'm not doing it just because what if it don't pan out for him? That's my fault. Because I could have put him in a better situation. Fact. So, I mean, like, you have to accept that. And you can't be mad at the parents or mad at the athletes because they don't want to go to the home school. It's not beneficial. Yeah. We're not making the playoffs every year. That's not beneficial. No coaches are coming in. It's not beneficial. Nobody signing to play at the next level. It's not beneficial. Why would I do that?
And I know some of our friends from Dalton, they was in the same predicament. Like, some of their schools and their districts wasn't, like, you feel me? So they was using other people's addresses to go to different schools. Like, you got to do what you got to do.
And I feel like that's I don't want to get too far into that because that's a different conversation. I could keep on going about the things I agree and don't agree with, but people should not be able to tell you where you can go to school. Nobody should be able to sign off and say, okay, you could go transfer. Mm-hmm. If academically, let's say, forget about sports. If I live in a certain district and I want to go to a different school for academics, like, I really like this school for academics, you going to tell me, no, I can't go? Like, it should be a better process. I get the capacity part. I get you don't want a bunch of people flood into the school. You don't have enough teachers. I get that part. But it should just be a better process to being able to go where you want to go. Because I shouldn't have to suffer because the teachers at this school aren't doing their job. The coaches aren't doing their job, and I'm just stuck. Everybody don't have the luxury to go where they want. So I feel like the standard, everybody should be held to a higher standard, you know?
Sure. Yeah. I feel like the Catholic schools, they try way harder, though.
Yeah, but they got the resources too. They got the resources, right, and there's no restrictions on, like, they could go recruit like Mount Carmel. It's kids out here that go to Mount Carmel. It's kids that we train out in Indiana that drive all the way to Mount Carmel. So how you can't compete with that? But I'm just saying from a public school aspect, like, if we want public schools to be better, because they all complaining, and like, this is it. I'm done with it after this. But yeah, they all complaining about the Catholic schools, like the public, and there's some public schools that are great. It's some public schools that get it done. You know what I'm saying? So,
Morgan Park?
Yeah, Morgan Park is one. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, man, I know people are going out their way to get there. I'm going over there to play. It's some CPS schools that don't even have the resources as some suburban schools that people would rather go there and play just because you got a coaching staff, B, you got they gonna put it in. I'm seeing them, like, for Morton. I'm seeing, like, the coaches there. They gonna go to the camps with you. They gonna take you to college visits. They gonna do the extra. Definitely. That's what you need. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the resources. It's about the time. It's about the effort. Like, but back to y'all. Yeah. Like, so high school, y'all high school career, how did that, like, go for y'all? How do y'all think it went? Any things that y'all feel like y'all want to get back or could have done better, or y'all feel like, yeah, y'all left it all on the field as far as y'all high school career?
I definitely feel like I didn't leave it all because I was always in a lot of, like, grade situations. That's why I'm in JUCO now. But yeah, I had, like, a super low GPA right out of high school, so I wish I could definitely redo that. I only was able to get, like, 2 offers, and I had good film too, but GPA was just way too low.
I want to ask about that real quick. Like, what do you think went into, like, a lower GPA? If you don't mind sharing about that, like, what do you think? Man. I want to like, because you know, a kid, yes, I'm saying, because a kid may want to hear that, and they may be doing the same stuff right now, and they may hear this, and they like, I'm gonna get my shit together.
Yeah, that's the point of this podcast, so we get y'all on and y'all could be real with the athletes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to you like this. I was in a ones. Let's just say that I was definitely in a ones, like 1.6. Yeah, I was in a bad position, and that happened from me being undisciplined during COVID. Wasn't signing into my Zooms at the time. Wasn't doing none of the work for real. Playing the game, playing football. Not worried about school. I'm thinking like the world going in with COVID. That was my honest thoughts.
A lot of people got that too.
For sure.
So I wasn't really even worried about signing into Zoom classes or nothing. I was just strictly football, playing the game, stuff like that. Definitely wasn't worried about school at the time.
Okay, so do you think, like, COVID played a lot of factor into that too? Because I was in school, in college around the time with COVID, and I performed way better in class if I was in person. Do you think that played a factor a little bit?
I was cheating.
I feel like, yeah, a lot of people did better during COVID. A lot of people say that, but I didn't have the discipline. Mm-hmm. So I definitely didn't do good during COVID. I had no discipline at all.
Okay.
Live and you learn, brother.
Yeah. So, but now I gotta I got like a 3.0 now at my JUCO, so I'm in a way better position now.
So it's one thing to like, you at least know your fault of where you messed up, but
Yeah, I
you're learning from
acknowledge
it too.
it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
acknowledge it. So acknowledge it is important because this is how I fucked up. Not only this is how I fucked up, I know what went into me fucking up. Yeah. Now let's get another opportunity to not fuck up.
Right. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time because I feel like me having that low GPA but put me in a better position because I was good my senior year, but I wouldn't say I was that good. Like I had one Indiana State PWO and I had a DuPage offer. But I feel like if I had a good GPA around that time, I wouldn't ended up somewhere kind of low that would have accepted me though for my GPA. Like I probably would have been at McKendree or something. But I feel like I definitely hit like a how do I say this? All right, so me going JUCO put me in a better position. I feel like honestly because I'm able to like prove myself again. Like I probably would have just been in a 4-year right out of high school. Yeah. So I feel like I wouldn't have been as good if I went to like a school.
That's
right
what I be feeling like high schoolers don't need to rush their recruitment. Like for me, I went to a Division I FCS school out of high school, Western Illinois, and then I had got cut because basically they didn't want me to redshirt. We was 0-11. I played like 3 games. I tried to talk to the coaches like, can you take me off punt team? Like this is not gonna do nothing for me. Like we losing every game. Every time they kick the ball, they call Peter, which mean like get away from the ball. So I'm just out there almost wasting a year. So I go talk to them, and they wasn't having it. Like you the best guy for it. I'm like, what? Like you got all these grown dudes on the sideline, and I was like 140 at the time. You want me to run down there? You got all these grown. Like I was happy about playing in the beginning. Like you feel me? Because I earned everything. Like I was on scout going crazy, but they ended up cutting me. So boom.
Why did they cut you? They cut you for? Did they say why?
Because I didn't go in the game basically. Like I didn't want to burn my year, which ended up working out in my favor. So.
Because after what is it 3?
It was
four games.
4
yeah,
games.
after 4 games, then that's the season. Like they count that as a season against you. But if you don't play 4, then
and that's no film for me. Like I'm just running on punt and nothing's happening. Like so, I got recruited out of high school at Notre Dame College. I went there. I balled out. Like I took care of business. My stats was crazy. I had like 3 picks, like 36 tackles. I was on special teams making plays. And then that school recently shut down because they was in so much debt. So I hit the portal again, and I had got offers from a lot of schools, like a lot of big schools like Pitt, Coastal offered me, Southern Utah, but I ended up choosing Coastal Carolina. But it's not really where you're going first. Like it's the journey. Like I'm very thankful for getting cut because at Western I was 140, and if I would have played that year, that would just been a waste of a year. I'm not playing corner, you feel me? But I went to Notre Dame. I got developed. I got a little size on me, like, and it ended up working out in my favor.
And that's one, like, real, just to go cover what you were just saying, I think this is a very important point that we need to emphasize for the athletes. One being just like for you, that scale, like it's a sliding scale for your GPA and your performance. So if you're not performing well, if you got a good enough GPA, colleges is gonna look at you because they want that GPA booster. They want kids on their roster that have a good GPA that's gonna boost the team GPA. So you may go to a big school or whatever school, and you see guys like, bro, how is he playing here? Y'all already know what it is. Like, but they probably got a really good GPA. So it's like you give yourself room if you just do well in school and you don't have to perform as well. If they can see some potential in you and you got a good GPA, they'll bring you in versus somebody that is very good and they got a low GPA. They're like, well, now you a risk. And why come here and get you? I could find you across the country with a 3.0. You know what I'm saying? Like athletically, if you ain't top 1%, you replaceable. Some people, they like, all right, well, we ain't gonna never find another one of him, so we just got to deal with this. But if you average, a little above average, they could find you in Texas. They could find you in Florida. They could find you in Ohio. They could find you anywhere. So you don't really have leverage if you don't have a good GPA. But if you got a 4.2 AP class, all they like, man, let's bring him in. We very well we know he gonna be good in school. You know what I'm saying? And then for the point that you made, people think that when they sign that you signing for 4 years and you locked in.
No.
That is not the truth for athletic scholarships.
No.
It's yearly basis. So after whatever year, they could cut you, they could send you home, they could get rid of you. Yeah. When you sign, it's not a 4-year agreement like, oh, I got this money for 4 years. They could send you home. So
they can make you enter the portal.
Yeah, like don't think it's sweet because you signed and you think you locked in, and no matter what, if you lazy, not showing up, whatever reason they got, they will send you back home, and there's nothing you could do about it. Definitely. Read the scholarships. It's not 4 years. It's 1 year. Each year they have the ability to revoke your scholarship. So I think that's something a lot of athletes need to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And then, the last thing, your development. So you were saying how you went to Division II, Notre Dame College, and you probably developed more than at Division I at Western. Correct. And I think that's also something that people should consider, where I always preach that it's not about divisions, it's about development. Right. Like, don't just jump on a Division I thing just because of the name, bro. Image. Because you could go there and it just not be the best fit for you. Coaching style, the system, like it probably is not best for your development. So go somewhere where you know you're going to develop. Ask the coaches questions that are beneficial to you, and don't look at the name, don't look at the locker room, don't look at the dorms, look at the development, look at the guys that they've, like, okay, did they have a 0-star corner, and when he got out he was a top recruit and probably could go to the NFL? Like, look at those type of things, because that's development, not a name. And look at who got the guys that got signed from D3s around the country to in the NFL this year that are playing. The receiver from North Central, big time receiver there, he with the Baltimore Ravens now, making plays in the NFL. He went D3. So it's like, it's about developing wherever you go. It ain't about the divisions or the name.
And why do y'all think people get caught up in that though?
Honestly though, like I'm saying, if I would have stayed at Western, I probably wouldn't have played until after my sophomore year. But like, this is how I look at it. So Western, they'll recruit a kid from Georgia or something, and they on like full scholarship, blah, blah, blah. You from Illinois, you go to Illinois school, who you think they're going to play? The kid they bring away from Georgia, or you from Chicago already? Like, that's just how I look at it. Right. So like, it's going to always be kids from out of state that they going to politic over, like, you feel me? So like, you got to make the best decision for you, so.
Yeah, at the end of the day, because it is your journey, right? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's journey don't look the same. Like, y'all started at Dalton Bears together, and y'all had different journeys as soon as y'all left the program. Or even y'all talk about the kid that y'all played with that's currently at Colorado State. Yeah. His journey was different. But at the end of the day, you know, it is your journey, and it is your decision to make as far as like what's best for you. What looks best for you doesn't look what's best for Dooley. You know what I mean? Or vice versa or whatever. So I think it's good to see that, like, you knew when you was at Western that this ain't working out. Like, this ain't working out, and I think I need to make a pivot to do something that's gonna be a better decision, not for only my life but for my football career as well. So I think that's important for a lot of the other kids to determine that as well, whether it's from from youth program to high school or high school to college or whatever. It's all a journey at the end of the day. And you got to understand, what does your journey look like, and only really you can shape that. Obviously you want to have your parents help out with that as well, but at the end of the day, it is your journey.
Yeah, definitely. Man, at the end of the day, man, fuck what people think. Like, it's just the image thing. It's like, man, I want to show everybody I got 50 offers. I want to show everybody it's all pride, it's ego. Like, you could have had pride. You could have had pride, bro, and been like, I'm not going Division II. Like, I'm a Division I athlete. I don't want people to think I'm not D1. I'm staying here. Right. All for some pride. And then you could have messed up your whole college career, get hurt. Anything could have happened if you just had pride. Like, man, and a lot of athletes do that. It's just all image. They need to get rid of the facade. Like, social media probably one of the worst things that happen, even though it is beneficial. It is good in some ways, but just the optics is bad. The pretending is bad. The fake, like, you can't fake real life. You can fake online, but you can't fake real life. So when it's really time to get to it, you see the people that fall off. A lot of people fall off from this shit because it look good, you could pretend, but when you get out there,
everybody
the
good.
Real, you gonna get exposed. So it's like, man, put in the real work, do the real shit. Fuck the posting fake offers and posting this and man, that shit don't matter, because when it's time to ball, that ain't gonna save you.
I done seen so many 4-star, 3-stars not do nothing, not make nothing shake, go to the biggest schools, not make nothing shake. Well, that don't matter, bro.
All them rankings and shit, that's all for show. All that 3-star.
Once you get in college, them stars,
it don't matter.
Don't matter. With. You gonna get somebody in front of you that's a dog for real, no stars, they really want it, and you flashy or whatever with some stars, it don't matter, bro. I'm telling you.
For sure.
Exactly.
For sure. So, like, last thing I want to talk about, it's just like where like y'all future, what goals that y'all have, you know, Coastal Carolina, I know you just signed there, obviously. Like what are some things that you looking forward to as far as like you went on a visit, y'all actually went on he went with you on a visit, filming, recording the same thing, y'all locked in. So what was that visit like, and what did you love about Coastal Carolina?
Man, just like every resource you could ever think of. Like coming from a D2, like we got a small weight room. It's literally smaller than this, but every resource you can think of. Like I got a dietitian, like a lady that's watching over my grades, multiple coaches. Like they put me in a nice apartment, like everything. Like, and then I just want to play. Like I'm ready to go play too. Like the job ain't done. So
Right, for sure.
yeah.
What about you? Like, what goals do you have as far? Because I know you JUCO, so you gonna have a decision to make soon coming out of
This is
JUCO.
here.
So
Yeah, this my year right now. Like I'm going into my last year JUCO, so I got a big chip on my shoulder to make something shake. So, and his Coastal visit was very motivating. So that gave me like, oh yeah, I gotta make it out this JUCO. I gotta go somewhere decent.
y'all might end up same spot.
When we was there, the recruiter that recruited me followed him on Twitter. I'm like, bro, all you gotta do is drop some film. You already 6'2", bro. He gonna rock with you.
Yeah,
bro.
and that's love, bro. Y'all do it, bro.
But I'm saying
y'all,
it, bro. I'm literally
y'all the
saying
example,
it,
bro. This how it's supposed to be,
how it's
bro.
supposed
Like
to be.
real brothers, like opportunities, creating opportunities for each other.
This
you know
my
what I'm
dog,
saying? So because now you return the favor. You know what I'm saying? You went D1 because he came out, so now he gonna go D1 because you made it to Coastal Carolina.
He never hated. Like he my real dog.
Yeah,
like,
oh, that's love, bro.
love.
Yeah.
And you picked up the camera for him on his visit?
Yeah.
So you like vlogged his visit?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's on YouTube, right?
I had just bought that camera. That camera, $1,300. I just bought it right before the visit.
Hey, that's,
Wow,
bro,
bro,
that's
that's
love.
crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
I'll put the link to the YouTube video in the description for the video so they can see it too. I'm gonna watch it, put some clips in here. But yeah, that's dope.
Nah, man,
bro.
that's real life
dope,
dope
bro.
though. Like I know a lot of times we talk about because you know sometimes for y'all to play like as a kid and still be locked in since y'all was kids, you know that's a great thing. Like for just to show on camera as well as doing it off camera as well. Just because you know sometimes that don't always pan out for people. Like I can't. You know, I had a lot of friends, you know, playing in sports, not even just with Dalton Bears, whether it was baseball or football or whatever. And, you know, I don't really talk to a lot of them a lot more. But y'all staying locked in, obviously y'all see y'all benefit each other. And that's what it's really all about. Like,
Definitely.
you really know who your real friends are and the people that need to be in your corner to help you thrive. Like you said, you picked up a camera when your COVID season ended. Yeah. And you could have been mad and been like, obviously you was mad, but you could have been like, I'm not going to do nothing.
Right.
Stayed at the crib. And what you do, pick up a camera. And got one of his best
help my
highlight
out.
film tapes out the gate and help them get a scholarship. So that's really what it's all about, bro. Like not only like you got to be able to hold your friends accountable, but you got to able to be help them build them up too. You got to be beneficial to their life, bro. Yeah. And it seems like with the relationship y'all got, and y'all mentioned one other person that y'all that's not on camera right now too, right?
Oh, it was like a tree on Dalton.
Tree on Dalton, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like if y'all, I challenge y'all to continue that, bro. Be motivational to other people to like when with just y'all relationship, bro. That's gonna be a good thing to see, like for sure. Definitely. See how it all pan out eventually.
For sure, yeah. We definitely.
But we still early in y'all journey, so I'm
sure,
excited to see the journey for real. Cause like I said, we still early. How many years you got left?
I got 3 years left.
3 years, and then
I got 4.
Yeah, so we early on, bro. So we ain't even really see it yet. So definitely, man.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to follow up after this year. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, we gonna be watching. We see everything y'all doing, but yeah, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man, balling, developing, and locked in with each other. And it's because y'all never know, like, man, the game gonna end one day. And like me and Trey, you know what I'm saying? We locked in and we building something. You know what I mean? We super locked in with this. So maybe y'all find that next venture in life and y'all both lock in with each other. Like, all right, man, let's do this, let's do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You already got the camera. So in 5 years, like, whatever you got planned with that, that could be something. So
if he make it to the league and I don't,
right, you can shoot him.
Yeah,
y'all good, bro.
Yeah,
that's love, bro. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully, more athletes out there see that and got friends and stuff, and really like we need to get like them, bro, because that's how you supposed to do it, bro. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. But we appreciate y'all, coming out. You know what I'm saying, getting on the podcast. We definitely gonna follow up like after this year. You see, with your first year at Coastal Carolina, your last year at JUCO. So and we gonna follow up with y'all and see where y'all at in the next year. But yeah, for
definitely.
Sure.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank y'all for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, thank y'all for joining the platform for sure. Great conversation, man.
Thank you.
Definitely. All right.
You good?
Yep.
WW video.